Hi everybody, this is M from DIYM, and today we're going to be looking at a few different ways to make card kits. So I have a few different kits here that I've made, and I'm going to take you along with me to show you the process of making these card kits. So yeah, I really hope that you guys like it, and it can sort of show you how to give the gift of craftiness, or you can gift your own crafts that you've made or your own art to people. It's fun to gift crafty things to people who are also crafty and like that sort of thing. This is just a little fun idea for you guys in case you want to gift some stuff to people. Anyways, I'll just show you what's up next and show you how and talk about how I made all this stuff, okay? So this is a card pack kit that I made a little while ago, and I got this printed up at Vistaprint, both the pen and the cards. So originally I wanted this to be blank cards with envelopes. What ended up happening on their website, I thought I saw a cheaper price for blank cards. What I ended up getting was not a card, it was actually postcards. So I ended up accidentally purchasing a bunch of postcards with envelopes and maybe 2 actual cards in here. So I ended up making a little note on the back just saying that this is what I did this year for people that I'm gifting to. I don't know, I thought this was kind of a fun little touch here. Adding a pen, I like this because I'm using my envelopes that I normally use to package dies and stuff like that. I have pink and blue colorful adhesive dot Velcro, which I think is cute and it sort of jazzes up a present. So I made it blue because it kind of matches the pen a little bit. So you can put whatever art you want. Obviously I did my own art in here on these cards. I'm just going to show you real quick this pack and what it includes. I did a lot of Archie comic art. Sorry, this is also, I just wanted to say real quick, I did this seamless pattern a while ago with beautiful rainbow diamonds on it, and I really liked it, so I decided to make it into a pen because I just thought it was really pretty in general. Good for guys, girls, whatever, but it depends on if you like diamonds or stones or whatever, obviously, but yeah. So this is a postcard. So I did a lot of Archie comic art mixed with movie or show posters or show photos, and I tried to focus on more youth-based shows and movies, so it sort of made sense. So Fast Times at Ridgemont High is what this was based off of, and it says Fast Times at Riverdale High. Obviously I put in the place of Sean Penn Archie, and the girls on the side are Betty and Veronica, which I thought was very fitting. But I didn't make all these posters actually the Archie Comics characters. This is just like the only one I did that with because I thought it was really funny. Anyways, I did that, and then everything else just kind of had Archie comic features in a way. People seem to like this Empire Records one, I've noticed. I even made the dog have Archie eyes, but they all kind of have Archie eyes. I love how Lucas kind of looks like Jughead a little bit with this profile. I made them have Archie style noses, or I think this is more like Sabrina and Josie. They have these kind of noses. But yeah, I did Riverdale sort of style art. And 16 candles, I did that. So obviously it's a little more prominent, their eyes. You can see them a little bit better in this poster. It was a lot of fun trying to do the patterns and stuff. It was a lot of work, but it took a long time. But yeah, I did a lot of the seamless patterns in this, even though it doesn't kind of flow with the fabric. I kind of like the look of it. I think it's kind of neat. So there's that. I did Clueless. I love Clueless. I think it's a really fun movie. I really miss Brittany Murphy. But yeah, I love this movie a lot. I think it's really fun. So I did that. I left out a lot of detail over here because it took a long time to make this. But yeah, I did the pattern stuff again. I don't know. I was doing a lot of pattern making, which I thought was really fun too at the time. So I did these pictures years ago, but I thought this was a fun collection for people. And they can make these into cards, these postcards. I just put this little Happy Mail thing on the back. Yeah, they can glue this down to a card, and then they basically just have a birthday or whatever card to give to somebody, which I thought was awesome. So I have 2 different types of Buffy, which I know a lot of people aren't a fan of Joss Whedon, which is totally fair, but I do like the Buffy franchises. I'm very disappointed in Joss Whedon in general, but yeah, that's another story. But yeah, I basically did pattern hair for Luke Perry's shirt, so that was kind of fun too. I really like this image. It's really straightforward. I love the very simple background, clearly, because then you can sort of focus on the characters a little bit more. Yeah, and there's the Buffy show. I didn't really love the images much. I feel like Xander looks really weird here. The rest of the characters look okay. I don't know, Cordelia's leg looks kind of funny here. Yeah, there's a few things that I feel like I wanted to tweak in this, and I was trying to tweak in this, but it didn't really look quite right. But anyways, I kind of like it. So like this Slayer's gonna slay. New Girl, I feel like New Girl. It was really hard to do this. I feel like his bottom torso looks kind of weird, but I guess you could always cut things off a little bit, or at least down here you could cut this off a bit, because I feel like this looks really awkward. I think it's more this leg looks super awkward. I think I should have shortened it a little bit, but and I'm not sure if Jess really looks quite right either, but it's hard to do Jess. I mean, I guess I could have tried to do it a little bit better, but I made her look more like an actual Archie comic character, and her blue eyes really stand out, so unfortunately I couldn't really do anything with her actual blue eyes, because Archie comic characters just have little black dots like this. Yeah, same thing with these guys, the Gilmore Girls. They have really striking blue eyes, but I clearly couldn't really do that here, because it didn't look very Archie comic-ish. So they look a little weird, a little creepy, but kind of like it still at the same time. I thought it was a lot of fun to do. It took me a long time to do the actual font, because I'm really, really bad at fonts. I'm really not good at fonts, but whatever. This one people seem to love, especially if you're a fan of the show Friends. People love this one. I love Friends. I don't know about you, but I love Friends. I know a lot of my friends don't really love Friends, to be honest with you, which is really kind of unfortunate, but whatever. I have a few friends that do like Friends though, so it's not a big deal, but I don't think they like it as much as I do. Maybe, I'm not sure. And then 10 Things I Hate About You. This was an actual card that I made. I kind of like this one and how the art style turned out. It's kind of cool to do these guys' shirts. I had to do his pattern. I think I had to do his pattern too. So it was a lot of work to do this, but it was a lot of fun to do as well. So this one, I just basically put on the inside. Did I say hate? I mean, love. 10 Things I Love About You. So I did that on the inside. I thought that was kind of fun. And then for people who love Golden Girls, this isn't Archie comic related at all. I didn't make this into an Archie comic style. This is the only thing in here that isn't actually an Archie comic style, but I just thought it was really fun. And obviously it's like, thank you for being a friend on the inside. I made a bunch of Golden Girls cards that are coloring pages. So I have basically this design that people can color in if they want to. And then I think I put on the back something about how it's a mixed media paper that I printed on. So you can paint on it, you can use markers, you can do all sorts of different types of media and stuff on it. Anyways, I really like how this one turned out. I did this on my iPad and I colored it in on there as well. I really think it's a really fun image. And then you get a whole bunch of envelopes with your pack that I give you. Obviously the note telling you what you have to do with this pack, and then I just gave a few Happy Mail stickers that I made, all with Vistaprint. I just cut them up and gave them so that people can give it to people. Like they could seal their envelope with the little Happy Mail sticker. So I just gave a couple of those. Anyways, I think that that's a really fun present to give to people, especially if they like making cards, if they love comfort movies and shows. These ones are youth-based, as I said, as well. A lot of them have teenagers to 30-something-year-olds maybe around there. I feel like 30-something-year-old is still quite youthful. I'm sure 30-something-year-olds would disagree with that, but I'm not in my 30s anymore, so I'm gonna say that it's more youthful than where I'm at now. And then I like to just stick it in here with this pen on the side. This little pack. I think there's 10 cards in here, or technically postcards, I guess, mostly. There's 2 actual cards. And then you can just give this to people if you want to. I've given this in gift boxes with other things. You can just give it on its own. I've also given it in gift baskets, family gift baskets, as like a little extra fun thing. As you can see, I really like to DIY a lot of the gifts as much as I can, you know, because I do think that DIYing and doing art is actually a very powerful thing. If you're making something from nothing, it's so powerful to just be able to make something from scratch. Not everybody can do that. I feel like that's kind of like a superpower. That's just me. I mean, I'm sure other people would tend to agree. There's a lot of people that probably would. But yeah, I really, really hope that you like that. I'm obviously going to show you other things in this video, but this is something that I made that I got printed. I obviously made this part and the patterns, but somebody else did most of the work. And then I put it together in this clear envelope and then just put that on there. And if you want, you can just wrap it or put a bow across it or something. Depends on how you want to actually present it. Or you could just leave it as is because it's kind of cute in this little envelope as well. And then somebody can use the envelope afterwards, even when they're done with the cards. So anyways, I think it's a really, really fun little gift to give somebody who likes to make cards or even likes to send postcards. So yeah, that's that. And I'm going to show you some other stuff next. So I used this stamp set here. I got this from Michael's on sale. So it was originally 15 bucks and now it was $5 when I got it. It's not the best deal, but for Canada, it's a pretty decent deal. I actually used some of these sentiments, not all of them. A few of them were just a little sappy for the people that I was going to give this to. So I basically just chose more neutral ones like have a nice day, best wishes, you're awesome, you rock, or oh, hello friend, you know. So those were the main ones that I chose to do. And I stamped them out here on 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So I did an okay job stamping. There's a couple things that happened obviously with ink and whatnot, but it wasn't too bad. So what I did, and you don't have to do this at all, but I found this was easier than constantly having to stamp over and over and over again all the time and just feel like a machine. I basically just did a bunch of these, as you can see here. Then I scanned these on my printer and put them in Photoshop. And then whatever I felt was the best ones of these guys, I just transferred them over to another sheet. It was interesting though, because I don't understand why this was when things translated over, but the stamps ended up being bigger than this, which is fine to me because I think these are just going to be little embellishments that people can stick on a card. So if they have a cool giant picture that they're working with, small embellishments are easier to work with. So I ended up putting these guys on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I could have probably done more. Sometimes my printer cuts things off, so I just didn't know how much space I could actually play with, to be honest with you. But yeah, I could probably have put a few more over here and over here. I'll play around with that for the future. So I printed those up. I already cut a few of these out. So you can cut these out for the person. If you want to, you can always gift them on the sheet of paper like I just showed you, if you have a large envelope that you're giving to the person. So what I wanted to do was cut these out for the person, and then if they want to, they can cut these lines thinner, or they can cut them right close. I always do a little trick where if you're going to cut right close to the line, then I'll take a brush marker and touch up the line so it looks like you cut things perfectly, if that makes sense. Try to go as close as possible, but if there's a little white showing, then you can touch things up with a little marker real fast and real easily. Anyways, I actually kind of personally like, it almost looks like a sticker, right? I kind of like the little white marks showing. So what I might do is I might break this up a bit when I'm giving this to somebody. So I might take a couple of these. It could be more than that. It could be 2 or 3, whatever, maybe even more. A couple of these. I'm just gonna do a couple of these hearts. You're awesome, and the best wishes. And then you can put the rest aside. Keep that for yourself if you'd like, or whatever. You can put the rest aside to make another basic thing for somebody else if you wanted to. Add to it if you want to make it a little more personalized, or you could just make it very, very basic if the person just likes doing very basic stuff. You could do this if you want to. Most of them I just left the corners kind of pointy, but you can always round the corners for somebody. You can always do like a corner punch thing as well. Whatever you'd like to do there, it's really up to you. I just cut things with scissors, just freehand, and then people can just fussy cut things themselves if they want to as well. Yeah, so as you guys know, I love these little holographic bags. I just find that they make things more special and a little fancier. But yeah, I could just stick these little embellishments in here, and then you can just stick this on card fronts. They can stick it on the inside of a card if they want to, and you can give more than this too if you like. And if you want to, you can label it, or you can put a little bag topper on. You can go as elaborate as you want. You can give as many things as you want. You can give one of each too if you want to, but I want to give at least a couple just so that people can play around with it. And the nice thing about this, because I did black and white specifically, so that people could color this in if they wanted to. Maybe they want to just color the frame, color the whole thing, whatever. They can do whatever color they want to match their project. And you can just stamp the stuff out with a color if you'd like, depending on the collections that you're giving to the person. I just thought black and white was the best thing to do, just to give people options. Another thing I'm going to gift to this specific person, and you don't have to do this at all by any means, but I might just put this in a nicer bag. These bags are okay, it's just I don't love this part on the bag. I basically got a whole bunch of different stickers for Studio Ghibli stuff. Again, you could do whatever you think that the person would be interested in, or maybe you know the group of friends that they hang out with that they give cards to. So I basically decided to gift this alongside stuff like this, that they can just slap things together on a card. Because I just made ephemera, you can do stickers if you wanted to with this as well. You can print the stuff up on sticker paper and then gift the stickers, or you can also gift a little thing of glue, or double-sided tape might be a nice little gift as well with your little present. There's a lot you can honestly do. You can go kind of crazy with this sort of thing. But yeah, I'm going to show you some of the other stuff that I'm going to gift with this that I'm making myself. That'll be next, okay? So I just wanted to show you guys something that I tend to do with my personal card making. I didn't really show this in one of my organization videos, but that's okay. I'll show you guys now so it's a little more straightforward. I have this thing called birthday card inserts. I might actually just change it to card inserts because I think I'm going to stick some holiday card inserts in here, but I have things arranged by font types. So I have at least 8 different font types that I go between. If you're into fonts, this might be something that you might want to do to organize, especially if you do cards and things like that. But anyways, I'm going to just show you the process. So I just made up some holiday card inserts. So this is my own personal thing that I do. So I have like 8 different fonts that I go between, completely different, like maybe fancier, or this one looks like an old style computer font for the video gamers in my life. They might like that sort of thing if I'm doing like a video game card or something. Some of them are even fancier and something like a little script like that. So I have a few different types of fonts. So I normally cut out a base for cards, so this can fit in the size of cards that I'm gifting. So just cut things down to fit inside those cards. I'll just trim this with a trimmer, and then I will do smaller versions, so you can just stick smaller ones of these inside the card. As I've said to you guys before, I have horrible handwriting, so I just want to make things easier for myself. Obviously, some people like to write on the inside of cards. I'm not one of those people. I just want to make things as easy as possible. So I think that this is a fun thing to give in this kit package as well. So I'll just go through the fonts that I tend to use in case you guys are interested in them at all. Some of these come with Photoshop Illustrator, and some of them I think I got them for free from websites. There's one in particular that I know who did it, and I will talk to you guys about that in just a second. So this one's Bernard MT condensed font. So I just put that down below for now until I start cutting things up. So I'll try to do one page at a time, just cut everything out. And then when I do that, I will flip the card insert over and I'll put the font, even just the small ones, on the underside, just in pencil. You can erase that if you want to, but it helps me to remember what I'm running low on, so I can just sort of search for it in my files and just reprint some more and then cut some more out. So this is also going to be good for the person that you're gifting to. I'm just going to probably gift the smaller ones because sometimes people don't want to put the whole thing in a card. I just find it's a little bit more stability in the card that way. So that's why I like to do these big giant inserts, and I'll just glue that down inside the card. So I do this for birthdays. I'll just put happy birthday, just something very, very simple. If I wanted to stamp out or print up a cool sentiment, I'll just do something similar to this with whatever font I choose. But yeah, this is just to make things really, really easy. If people want to, I'm going to just give the smaller ones for the kits. So people can actually use this on the front of a card too. They don't have to do this on the inside like I was intending. Yeah, you do you. But it just helps to sort of whip up a card really quickly. So this is Bernard MT condensed font. They all say happy holiday for this. I'll show you guys the birthday card ones as well and how I've organized that. So this one's ink-free font. So this one's Lucida console font. This one's MV Boli font. This one's the happy ending font. This one is the one from a guy that I see online. He's a comic artist. So he gave a free pack of stuff out on his YouTube, and his name is Scott from Circworks Lab. So I'll try to link him down below. I've talked about this Raucous font before that he's done. I tend to use this quite a bit in my stuff, especially if I want to do more of a comic booky kind of card. I think that's always kind of cool. So that's the Raucous font. Thanks so much to Scott. He's commented on my videos before. And then there's Sego print font, Segoe print font. And I really like the script version too, if you want something a little bit fancier, almost like handwriting, but still legible. So yeah, that's the Sego script font. So yeah, so I tend to use those guys the most, but I wanted to show you, so when I cut things up, I store them in this binder as I showed you. So I have everything divided depending on the fonts that I'm using. Sometimes I'll put stuff like this back here too, some backgrounds and things like that. I do all sorts of different types of backgrounds digitally, so I'll just stick that stuff back there as well. Anyways, so I like to do Bernard MT font. So these are the inserts for that. And then I haven't cut them all out. So you can always cut them out square or oval shaped, circles. I might just cut these in half and just give somebody these and then they can cut it out however they want to. Basically just divide them like that in here. And then I'll put the font very fine in pencil on the back so you can see how many I have. If I'm running low on something, I can always erase it if I want to, but normally you don't see it when you glue it down because this is a pretty thick cardstock. That's kind of how I sort things out. So those are the happy birthday ones that I've put in there. I'm just gonna cut those guys out and then I'm gonna pick a few of those strips. So I feel like that's kind of like a good thing for people to have. So I'm gonna add this to my card kits as well. So I gifted some of my little inserts from in here, the happy birthday ones. Just sliced them, gave each font to each of happy birthday and then to each of the happy holidays of the same font. I think there's 8 fonts, so there's probably 16 strips of these. And then I put right on the very, very back the type of fonts. And then I just stuck them in this holographic bag. The person that gets this can do whatever they want. They can do square, they can do a rectangle, they can cut very close, like a kiss cut sticker, they could do a circle or oval shape. There's so many different things they can do with this. If you know that the person likes things a certain way, like they like stuff that's a square or the circle or whatever the heck, and you've got a die cutter machine and they don't, you might want to do that for them. It's up to you really how you present this to a person. I packed these as well in a holographic bag. It matches quite nicely. Another thing you can do, I had this in another video, you can gift envelope seals. So I'm going to gift 5 cards. I'm gifting more embellishments, but they can always get more blank cards if they wanted to, and then they can make more cards with this kit. But yeah, I'm just basically going to gift 5 embellishments. And the nice thing about the gift one is it pretty much goes with any holiday, birthday, Christmas, any of that stuff. And there's some colors in there that could be Christmassy, but they could also be birthday colors or whatever, right? So I like that. I feel like these are really nice little embellishments to give out. Another thing I did, so I took like a mixed media pack. It's like a Fabriano pad of paper. Fabriano is a decent paper company if you don't know, made in Italy. This is Dessert's brand, so this is a Canadian brand. There's a specific art store that I worked at called Dessert's, so this was their brand of mixed media paper packs. They also sold just straight up Fabriano. It's like 150 sheets. It was a lot, and they're quite thin. They're 160 GSM, and they're 9 by 12 inches. So I wanted to print some stuff up on mixed media paper specifically, but my printer normally takes 8.5 by 11. 11. So I had to just trim this down to 8.5 by 11 so that they go smoothly through my printer, and that was perfectly fine. They don't really have much texture. They have a little bit of a texture to them, so they went smoothly through and printed things up no problem, which is really nice. I do that mainly so that people, if they wanted to, they can add things. Say they wanted to add marker to things, or they wanted to do some watercolor on the paper that I provided. This paper kind of allows for that, which is really nice. So the only problem is I'm not fully sure if my ink from the printer would run. Say if somebody was to work on this particular print and add more color. What I would do is I would probably just flick, say, gold or silver. I'm not going to do it on here myself because I don't know if the recipient wants that. I don't know if they like those kind of metal colors. But yeah, you can flick colors with watercolor or inks. There's metallic watercolors, and you can do it with a toothbrush or even a brush. Flick away from yourself. There's also a metallic marker, which I think would be a little bit easier to deal with than, say, just full-on watercolor over top of the ink. So I basically printed up a bunch of marble images that I created. I think one of them I didn't, but most of these marbles I've created myself in Photoshop. I don't think it was Illustrator. I think it was Photoshop. It was years and years and years ago that I just did a whole bunch of different, yeah, so I think it's this one that I didn't actually come up with myself, but I kind of love this marble paper. But yeah, I basically just printed off a bunch that are the size that I want on this mixed media paper. So they're all different colorways so that the person can pick a different background. I'm going to give them 8 of these, so more than the cards that I'm actually gifting. So I'm just going to cut these out, and then they can choose whatever background they want. They don't even have to use these particular backgrounds. I just figured these are nice for the cards in case they want to just whip up a card. They could just easily glue things down. So I'm just going to trim everything just to make sure it's the right size. So this is a pack of cards I get with envelopes from Michaels. I think this is A5, 5 inches by 6.5 inches when you fold it, right? And there's a score line right here already. So these guys should actually fit perfectly on here if I cut them down properly. I might cut it so that there's just a tiny little border of white showing here. I'll see how it goes with the cutting process. And if you want to, you can even gift double-sided tape, glue, washi tape, ribbon, all sorts of different things with kits like this. So you can really absolutely go crazy. I just want to give like a more basic thing for this person. I don't know what kind of materials they have and if they want a lot of stuff, but this is the idea. But yeah, I like giving mostly basic stuff, and then again, just sort of personalizing it with, say, stickers, or you can even gift, if you wanted to, a few embellishments that you've made. Maybe you've created your own art and you've made your own ephemera, or if you want to, you can gift die cuts that you've done. Instead of doing stamps with words, there's die cut sentiments, and people can sometimes get really into making. You can make bows. There's so many things, honestly. Just watch a bunch of Happy Mail stuff. You'll see all the stuff that those people make. As I said, I'm just trying to keep it fairly basic, just so that the person can still customize it to suit their needs and how they want it. I don't think I'm going to do this, but I was thinking about doing, because I'm going to gift these stickers that are Studio Ghibli, you could even do Studio Ghibli painted backgrounds from the internet and make them the size of whatever your card is that you're gifting, because it doesn't have to be this specific size of card. But yeah, stuff like this, because you leave them white, but again, they can color them if they want to, but they should look really nice on backgrounds like this, and you can put it wherever you want with whatever embellishment you want, which I think is really, really cool. Just the basic necessities for a kit. And if you want to, you can make the cards fully yourself, put the backing on and all this sort of stuff, and gift those cards that way as well. It depends on how much somebody likes to customize stuff, or you think that they might enjoy customizing stuff. The person I'm gifting to, they like to write letters to people, so I didn't really want to over gift them too many sentiments and things like that, because they'll probably want to do their own sentiments as well. You never know. Maybe they just want to write a note on the inside of the card. There's so much stuff. You can even gift somebody, say you know this person likes to go to the pen stores. If you know their store that they like to frequent, maybe you can gift them a gift card if that's available, or you can gift them a pen if you know they're eyeing a specific type of pen, or you can even gift stamps and you have a blank pad that you're giving them. You can always gift that together and just say the stamp is meant to go in the corner of this blank notepad, just to make things even more personalized. Anyways, I'm gonna cut this down, guys, and then I'll show you the results of that afterwards. So I already cut out these card backings, is what I'm gonna call them. Another thing you can do is you can provide blank paper. You can even cut up something like mixed media like I did, so that people can go to town and just do watercolor, whatever the heck they want, especially if you know that they're watercolor artists already, or maybe they like using markers and doing fun stuff with that, or doing inking. There's lots of cool things you can do. But yeah, you can provide completely blank cards. I just wanted to have things ready to go for people, and if they wanted to embellish it further, they could. So I brought out 5 envelopes from that card pack. I've already folded a couple here, so I'm just going to fold as I go here. I'm just going to crease them for the person a little bit easier for them. So a lot of this is basically ready to go, and you can make your own card. Creasing them for somebody is always nice. It's considerate. So these are ready to go. So 5 cards, 5 envelopes, 8 backings. dimensions. I'm just going to put it in this. This is on the inside 9 inches by 6.5. So hopefully this will fit in here, no problem. So I think things will hopefully sit kind of snugly in there in this packaging. You can put more interesting stuff on top if you want to, because it's just going to look prettier probably. You can put this in the back if you want to, behind the cards, or you can put it in front, whatever. I might put this in front, showcase this a little bit more. This is something I feel like they're gonna enjoy. Hopefully this fits. Yeah, awesome. Everything fits perfect. Awesome. And one thing you can do, you can put a big sticker on the front or a big sticker on the back. You can put a note inside explaining what this kit is and what it's for. You can put a big bag topper on top, which I might end up doing actually, because as you know, I like to put bag toppers on things. But yeah, so that's basically a little kit. I could always get a big plastic envelope too, and then do the same thing that I did with, because there's larger envelopes that I have for larger dies, so I could do something similar in this kind of kit. So yeah, there's so many different types, as you can see here, completely different styles of kits, but it's kind of a similar concept. Not fully, there's a lot going on here, completely different things going on. This is a little bit more complete. People could just put them on some cards and glue them down, and it's a lot smaller of a pack, but yeah, this is more jam-packed with stuff. If you want, you can even gift a couple of these things together. So I might end up making a bag topper for this, and then I'll show you what that looks like in the end. So I made these bag toppers. I do like how this has been bagged up. I'm trying to make everything match and kind of go together nicely. So I tried to match these polka dots with this background. I did fade it a lot purposefully, just so this pink could stand out for the words, but it's like a candy cane stripe background for the holiday card kit, and they're just fun colors as well. They can go with holiday, Christmas, or birthday kind of themes. So I did that. I tried to make sure that the width of the bag topper matched up with the width of the bag. So I did 2 different bag toppers. One is very basic. This is in case I do a kit similar to this one, but I just didn't include the specific stickers. This is the basic one here, and everything is pretty much the same, except this one says 100 Studio Ghibli stickers. I'm just going to read the basic one here. So this craft kit contains 5 blank cards, 5 envelopes, 8 marble card backings, 16 basic sentiment strips for birthdays or holidays, 10 pre-cut sentiments and 2 heart embellishments, and 5 wax seal stickers. So that's what the kit contains, which is quite a bit of stuff, I'd say. And then of course, obviously 100 Studio Ghibli stickers on top of that for this particular kit. Also, this craft kit may need glue or double-sided tape to adhere everything that is not a sticker, scissors, and a pen. So those are the basic stuff that you're possibly going to need. You might need more stuff on top of that, so that person can do whatever the heck they want. Then I put a little asterisk. It's very small, it's hard to see the actual asterisk here. It says the card backing is printed on mixed media paper if you wish to add more to it with marker, inks, watercolor, etc. So I made this because I wanted it to be about 2 inches or so this way, so I made it about 4 inches height, so when you fold it over, it's a proper bag topper. I was going to put something underneath here, but I didn't really know what to put under here. I guess I could have put something like for birthdays or holidays or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these guys out, fold this, and then I'm going to stick it on. So here's the bag topper all cut out. I'm going to try to fold it over. Sometimes I'll do a hole punch in the top. I'm not going to do that this time. You can always embellish down here too if you would like. I just kind of want to keep things fairly simple. I could have moved this down, which is probably what I should have done, to be perfectly honest with you. That's okay. Like this. Kind of looks neat. I'm going to adhere with this new Tombow tape that I got on both sides, the edges there. Make sure that this is the front of this kit and then the back of it. Okay, and there you go. And if you want to, you can embellish it further. You can put some bows or something. You can put some washi tape along the bottom. So much you can do. You can even put the little sticker on the back, which I was thinking of doing. I was going to do a little mixed media sticker thing that I have. I couldn't find it though, but I actually put this information right here anyway, so it didn't really matter. It just felt like I was putting it twice on there. So, but yeah, there you go. So you have a nice cool kit to gift to somebody. This person really likes to give gifts and they like to write notes and letters to people. So I figured something like this would be a fun thing to gift them. Anyways, that's pretty much today's video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share with somebody. And I hope everybody enjoyed this video. All right, guys, have a good one. Take care, everybody. Bye.